Zeb Wells' run on Spider-Man is some of the worst that has ever happened. It has literally, and this is what fans are saying, and what's going on, some of the worst things that they've done with Spider-Man in God alone knows how long. He continues to destroy and dismantle this character that is supposed to be Marvel's flagship character. And then, it just acts like this is supposed to be good. At this point, I really think the only people who are reading Spider-Man comics at this point are just people who are just watching the destruction, or people who are just collecting the covers. That's it. That's the only reason that I honestly believe these books are even selling anymore. Because you have absolutely no interest in doing anything that is even somewhat pleasing when it comes to this character. In this article from Bounding Into Comics, they go through a few of what Zeb Wells has done with this character and why it just keeps getting worse. Let's get into it. To anyone with even a passing knowledge of the current comic book landscape, it's no secret that Wells' run on Amazing Spider-Man is considered by fans to be one of the wall crawler's worst runs of all times. After taking over the title in 2021 following his 74-issue run by writer Nick Spencer, which started off good and then kind of just turned to crap, and artist Ryan Utley, Wells immediately began to run riot across the Spider-Man mythos. What a shock. His first casualty was Ben Reilly, the clone of Peter Parker and perhaps better known to readers as the Scarlet Spider. Again, okay, Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider, all that stuff, but I said it before, I said it again, I think there are too many Spider people out there. Everybody's Spider person, and that has just diluted the actual Spider-Man, Peter Parker, to the point where it's just not even interested in any. But I digress. Let's continue on. As part of Wells' Beyond storyline, Ben was brought back into the webs proper to fill in as New York's resident Spider-Man, while Peter was temporarily hospitalized. However, by the end, the optimistic hero who had learned to accept his existence as a clone was gone. In his place was a man who, after being exposed to a memory-destroying substance, not only turned to blaming Peter for stealing his life, but became obsessed with taking it back by any means necessary. Yeah, they call him Chasm, and this was it, and it was just really stupid. Oh, it's really, really stupid. Following the birth of Chasm, the title would reboot, this time with Wells at the forefront of its new direction, and unsurprisingly, the hits just kept on coming. Immediately moving to undo all the groundwork laid by Spencer towards undoing the infamous One More Day storyline. Yeah, no, like I said before, Nick Spencer run on Spider-Man started off really good, was interesting, but coming down towards the end, it kind of just turned to crap in my opinion. Some people like the whole run good for you, but he was setting up to undo the whole One More Day storyline, and that fans just consider to be one of the worst crap ever done to Spider-Man and Mary Jane. But no. Wells has other ideas. Wells kicked off the 6th volume of Amazing Spider-Man by suddenly having Peter and Mary Jane broken up for the umpteenth time, because that's never getting old. Peter Parker and Mary Jane are literally people's favorite couple when it comes to Marvel. Some people may like Sue and Reed and that, but most people, most fans love Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and Mary Jane. But they just keep destroying that relationship rather than building on it, because that's all they know how to do. This particular plot point was made even more insulting by the fact that not only had Mary Jane been shown to already be in a relationship with another man, Paul, but that the entire reason behind her breakup was Peter was a time dilation issue caused by Marvel's version of the Mayan god of mischief as created by Wells himself. Why? Now, I did a review of this whole thing with what happened with Peter Parker and Mary Jane and how she ended up in some alternate, she ended up in some different world and time pass and they tried to turn her into Rambo. The whole story did not make sense because what they were basically trying to say that because Mary Jane and Paul were trapped in this world together for 2 years and then they found some children, which we ultimately gave the children wasn't real, big shocker. They just eventually ended up with each other because of that. That was ridiculous. Spider-Man had been other places for long, he just hooked up with other people. But no, you just wanted to destroy that relationship, so this is what you did. It was absolutely stupid. It's about the money artwork here. This crap, this really crap. And then the thing about it is that, and to go back into it, when they set up this whole thing where everybody hated Peter Parker, and you couldn't understand why, and then you get to find out why at least the Fantastic Four and some of the Avengers didn't like him, because when Peter got back from the other world, only like a couple hours had passed with it, so he had to get some technology to build a device to send him back there. So he broke into the Fantastic Four and stuff, and and it didn't even make sense the way he was doing it. Because all he really had to tell him is that time is of the essence. Mary Jane is trapped somewhere. I need A, B, C, D. And they would go, okay, here, take it. They're all heroes. They've all been in life and death situations. They know what has to be done. But he stole these things and left. And when they confronted him after they showed up, they're ready and willing to kick his ass because he just didn't, just because. That was it. Just because they were ready to just kick his ass. And it made no sense whatsoever. I mean, you've always that, and then you had Peter Parker acting like the biggest jackwad imaginable. It's just so stupid. It's really, really stupid. And go on. At the same time, Wells attempted further shock value by building upon the purifying of Norman Osborn's soul, seen in Spencer's run, and having the former supervillain become not only a close ally to his former arch-nemesis, but also his gadget man, constantly developing new technologies to aid the hero in his fight against crime. So Norman Osborn, who at one time was in control of all the mastermind criminals in New York City and eventually the world, even Dr. Doom was working for him and stuff. Suddenly has that turnaround and he's now good because his soul got purified, so he's now good. And you expect anybody to believe that? Everybody's just waiting until Norman Osborn eventually turns on people, which is what he's going to do. That is it, that's what he's going to do. But then you suddenly make him Spider-Man's guy in the chair. I think he became, his Gold Goblin or something. So like that, nobody was liking, nobody cared. I mean, let's not forget that Norman Osborn killed Gwen Stacy. I mean, come on now, man. I just say at some point you have to stop trying to pretend that you're going to make this guy right. If you're going to do it and done. Don't just keep bouncing back between the things. However, in light of very basic comic book history, few fans have been swayed by this development. Rather, most are just waiting for the eventual moment when Norman shockingly reverts to his villainous ways and inevitably stabs Peter in the back. Yeah, nobody's going to see that coming. Nobody's going to see this little bromance breaking up. And this Peter Parker's face look like he's, you know what? Then there's the book's current ongoing storyline. Remember the aforementioned cleansing of Norman's sins? Well, thanks to Wells, Craven the Hunter, and a magical spear, these sins are now within Peter Parker, essentially turning him into the Spider-Man who laughs. Oh, Christ. Yep. Spider-Man is now the Spider-Man who laughs, and we all know he's going to look to go after Paul because That's bad. And then Mary Jane and her new jackpot dumbass powers are probably going to have to jump in and rumble and mix it up with him. Maybe she'll spin the old slot machine and throw ice cream at him. That'll really stop him. But like Norman's own reverse heel turn, this arc has been met with eye rolls rather than applause. As to fans, this story is nothing but Wells' latest desperate swing to do something different with his run. Although it should be noted, similar Peter Parker lets his emotions get the best of him, dons the black suit and goes on a rampage. Tales have played out in the Back in Black and Grim Hunt arcs. So it's not even being original. When Peter had gotten with Peter and let his emotions run rampant, yeah, he would put on the black Spider-Man suit, which I thought, the black kind of Venom suit, I thought would be cool to show up once in a while. That the suit really didn't look cool. That was it. But no, because you're completely unoriginal, let's just steal some ideas that have been there before and pass it off as that. Yeah, and then here we have the Peter Parker who laughs. That's just disturbing. A mishmash of cheap shock events, subverted expectations, poor writing, and wild character assassination. Wells' run on Amazing Spider-Man is simply put, not good. Further, its continued publication serves only to hurt the reputation of not just Wells, but the publisher as a whole. I don't think Marvel cares anymore. That's just it. After all, if this is the level of care which they treat their flagship characters' main series, why would readers expect anything more from the rest of their books? Well, they really shouldn't, because they keep putting out garbage. Most people walk away from Marvel because they're not getting anything. The X-Men are a joke. The Avengers are just kind of hanging around in the background. Tony Stark is being made into a little bitch. Spider-Man just keeps getting destroyed every week. Who else is really left? Captain America books have been cancelled because nobody reads that anymore. What do you even have left? What flagship characters do Marvel even have left that are doing anything with when they just continue to poison the well? They don't care anymore. And what they're doing with Spider-Man is nothing short of criminal. And allowing Zeb Wells to continue doing this isn't just going to hurt Marvel anymore, because they know business. Disney runs them, and when Disney burn, they'll burn, and they're perfectly happy to do that. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. I have a different opinion. I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, should hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell if I upload a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.